Hello everyone, this is Daily reporting, almost live from snowy tops Norway, and this is the Total Warcast. So now we're at episode 2 of season 2, and as you can hear, we have our intro music back, thanks to EOL, who downloaded the video from one of my earlier podcasts and sent it to me. Thank you so much, it's great to have it back. I feel it's fitting for a guy of my stature or status. So yeah, we're back for episode 2. It's been a week since, one week and 1 day since the last one, and I wanted to do it yesterday, but unfortunately, when I looked at the clock, it was like late in the afternoon. I was tired. I didn't really feel like making it, so I decided either to make it the next day, a little bit earlier, which I am doing right now. It's Wednesday, the 15th of February, and today we're going to talk about a lot of things. First of all, I've been throwing my time the last week at 2 games, which is Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning, which is an RPG style game, and Star Wars: The Old Republic. Yeah, you heard right. Daly, who had promised himself that he would never start again with an MMO. Well, he's promised he would start with World of Warcraft again. Has started with another MMORPG because his friend convinced him. So yeah, so it seems that I have had my RPG period right now going on, and yeah, it's been alright. Put some time into both games. Both games are good. Amalur is just single player, while Star Wars is just full multiplayer. Amalur didn't pull me that much in, but the combat is really good, even though it's designed for console with the controller. But the story is compelling, and it really it's immersive, if I can use that word. Also, I really love the different ideas of you can make any kind of warrior you want. Of course, they follow the good old recipe between rogue, sorcerer, or warrior, but you can make a warrior sorcerer or a archer sorcerer or something like that. So I really enjoy it. It's been good, but I haven't finished it yet, and these kind of games I have to use a lot of time to finish because I have to take breaks and all. I can't finish them in one go. I never thought I would really begin with another MMORPG, but Star Wars: Old Republic really has lured me in with its dialogue. Like, every quest giver talks to you, and you can answer them. Yeah, of course you can, eventually, I discovered I'm level 18 or 19 now, and you start to, sound the same. Some of the replies you give are, starting to sound the same, because I heard it, 2 or 3 times before, but so far it's been really good. So you get that really good quality. You feel that your character actually means something and you're special, instead of whoa, World of Warcraft. I mean, where you can just accept quest. I never read the dialogue. Here I really want to. I don't really when it's just a standard quest. I don't really listen to it that much. But when it's story missions, for example, your class missions and all that, it's really great. I think that's the. If anybody's gonna make an MMORPG, they have to do that, because it really gives your character a personality, which is awesome. The thing I don't really like about Star Wars: Old Republic is that I feel it follows the World of Warcraft formula even to the spoon of sugar, which really annoys me. It's like that little pinch of salt, You have all the attributes. Of course, you have different classes, and you have lightsabers and stuff like that. But still, it's you have the same stats. You have to get gear. You have raids. You have PvP, and it really doesn't give anything new. Well, of course, you have different PvP maps and modes and all that. But still, you still get that feeling. And I'm aware that World of Warcraft borrowed from previously created MMORPGs and other RPGs, but they were the ones that really made it big, and I use World of Warcraft as a reference because that's the game I know the best. But still, yeah, so 2 good games I enjoyed the last week while I'm waiting for Fall of the Samurai. I'm apparently the only one who's pumped up about that, but yeah. I'm gonna go into that in the forum frenzy after my new segment, which is the news bucket. I'm gonna hop into that in a second. It's gonna be a little bit long one, but I hope you enjoy it. So yeah, hopefully, I'll find this year will bring a lot of good games. I felt that last year was like the best gaming year ever, even though I didn't have so much. I couldn't. I'm still holding my wish list, for some of the games I want to buy because I don't well, I don't have that much money. I was a student like half a year ago, and it's hard to like buy every game. I can't do that. And so yeah. But also yeah. So let's move into the new segment that I want to like get into the Warcast from now on, which is the news bucket. And the news bucket is basically a a segment where I talk about the news the last week. So I gather up. Yeah, I know that some of the news is going to be old, but I think that some of it's yeah. So first thing I want to talk about is in the news bucket. I should have some. I know like when I started out the show, I really wanted to have some kind of music or intro to each segment, but I never got around to it. So like I always like made some sound or something, or introduced, for example, the forum frenzy in some elaborate voice. But I'm not gonna do that. I made an ass of myself on the internet way too many times already. So yeah, news bucket. This is something that I hope is gonna be that I'm gonna keep on doing because I read a lot of news, but I never like thought about just taking what I read down into a page, what I like and want to share with everybody. But yeah, so mod tools for Skyrim. Now everybody knows about this. Skyrim, now Bethesda Game Studios released mod tool for Skyrim. I don't know what they call it. Is creation kit, Skyrim creation kit, yeah. And I'm really positive about the way they've done this because they have embraced modding in a completely new way. And I know somebody who who likes to stick it to the man is not gonna like this because it's really bad for independent mod sites. Because when the game developer puts a lot of money behind something and effort, you usually get outdone because they have more resources. But yeah, so what they've done is that they made the creation kit a modding tool, easy to navigate, and they actually made some couple of tutorials. I've seen some of them. I've been into the stuff, but I haven't had like the time to actually sit down and work several hours on making something that I want. But so yeah, recently it was actually 2 million mods have already been uploaded to Steam, the Steam Workshop, and that just shows that it's been a huge success. I mean, just look at it. Bethesda makes a tool, they release it on Steam, which is many people use it. I know that some are against Steam, but still, it's a great tool. You can download the creation kit, and then you can upload your mods onto a Steam Workshops, and then all you have to do is press subscribe to the mods you want, and next time you load it up, you can just choose the data files of which you want to load. And I mean, like for the first I don't know 2 minutes, I had already picked up like 12 mods, create arrows, all that. I think it's really good, even though I feel. I think it's really good. I think it's the encouragement really shows that. I hope it's a good evolution in this, in a positive direction where actually game developers embraces modding and really wants everyone to mod. That's I hope I hope that some other game developers as well will do this because I think modding is when the game developers is finished developing the game. I think that modding is like the best way to keep fans loyal to the game series and keep them interested in your games, and it's paramount with mods, to be honest. So yeah, module for Skyrim, old news, blah blah blah, 2 million mods already uploaded. Okay, so done. Okay, next one, Norwegian Funcom. For those who don't know, Funcom is a game studio who made Age of Conan, the MMORPG. Well, yeah. They actually out with another MMORPG, which is called Secret World. Well, And this game is really interesting in the sense that it's in the way that they actually how you complete quests and all that. So the basic layout is that the dream world, myths and nightmares and all that, it has seeped into the real world. So you have like mysteries and all that, and quests and stuff are actually done by investigating on the internet. So you actually have to do I don't know if that's some fun, but you actually have to do a little background check and I don't know how they're gonna integrate it, but yeah. That's just a little info about the game. If you really want to check it out, just go to go to YouTube. There's a lot of info on it. Go to some game site, whatever. All I want to say is that it has a release date, and it's April 2012. Even though the leak, which said it was 24th of April 2012, it seems the Funcom came out with a note that it says just April 2012. So look out for that. Next one is Prison Architect. For you guys who doesn't know, Introversion Software is making a prison simulating game. Build your dream prison. So yeah, this is a game that I first noticed on Rock Paper Shotgun when they started talking about it, and I immediately thought that this was a huge, a great idea. It's a bird perspective. You see everything above your. Have to I don't know how to like Sim City game in a sense. When you just look completely down, you design like the walls, you design the barracks, you design how it's gonna look. So the idea is that you're gonna make the most high security prison, and and you have different stats. For example, that how many you're gonna keep your biggest criminals, biggest serial killers or rapists or whatever from escaping, and then you have to try to get the best guards and all that. And so it seems so far that little that has emerged, it looks really good. I'm gonna leave a link to the trailer, first reveal trailer or something, on the description and on TWC on the thread for episode 2. So check it out if you want. So yeah, next news. Yeah. THQ is on the edge. THQ is its grip is slipping. They are in bad weather and they're letting people go. But they've promised that they're gonna release a lot of their 2014 or 2013 games. But what Metro Last Light, that's what I want to talk about. I don't really care about the rest of it. Metro Last Light, which it's the sequel to Metro, not sequel, but sequel, yeah, to Metro 2033, which was a really good atmospheric game, and I can't wait for Metro Last Light. If you don't know what it's about, it's set in Moscow in the subway systems. We are in 2034 now, or 2033, and it's about like the world outside is ripped by nuclear weather. It's like really cold. People can't go outside without actually breathing. If they breathe in, they die because it's so cold, and it's radioactive everywhere and stuff like that. And they live like the whole system of the subways has become like their world. So you have different factions in the subway systems, and it's a really good game. I love Metro 2033, and I actually read the book which it's based upon, and both of them, I love the setting, the way that he did it, and I love the game just because it's different, and original. Next news, Star Wars Battlefront 3. Spark Unlimited have said that they are saying that they are a document which was came from Spark Unlimited talked about that they needed people for a game, a future project, which a lot of people have said sounds a lot like Star Wars Battlefront 3. For you who doesn't know, but Star Wars Battlefront 3 is like the equivalent of Battlefield series, just in Star Wars. I played both games and I loved it when I was younger. I don't know if I'm gonna love the next one. Like I've said in one of my early episodes, nostalgia is a keep the good friend, but you shouldn't call him up after so call them up because you might ruin your memories. So yeah, Star Wars Battlefront 3. Maybe I'm crossing my fingers for a release of that. Yeah, so actually for some Total War news, new video for Fall of the Samurai. I'm posting it in the description, yada yada yada, in the TWC thread. Check it out. You can see a lot more pictures of the campaign map and the trains and how it's gonna look and all that. It looks good so far. So yeah, this one's actually quite a funny news. Guinness Book of World Records have asked 13,000 gamers what they think is the best single-player ending. I've chosen the top 10, not chosen, but I took out the top 10 because it was 100 or 50 games. And so yeah, it starts. The number 10 is Heavy Rain. Number 9 is Final Fantasy 12, I think. Metal Gear Solid 4 comes in at 8. Portal comes in at 7. Red Dead Redemption at 6. God of War at 5. I don't know which one of it. So I guess it's the one because there's no number. Fourth place is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. 3 is Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Alright, of course. 2, Halo Reach. And 1, Call of Duty Black Ops. Wow. Well, it's a single player ending, but still, I haven't played Heavy Rain, so I can't say anything about that. I played Portal. Yeah, it's a good ending, but yeah, I can agree with it. It should be on top 10, and Red Dead Redemption, no, I don't think that's the best single player ending. 6th place, I don't think that deserved it. I'm not gonna spoil what happens, but I think that was like most shitty ending ever. It was epic, but still, it didn't really, yeah. And God of War, sure. But I don't get like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 or Call of Duty Black Ops. Okay, what can I say? Call of Duty, they make easy, fast-paced single players. I love their single players in the sense that it's just mindless action and really have like, it doesn't matter so much about the story. It's not that deep storytelling. And Halo Reach, I don't completely get that, but sure. Yeah, I'm not the one who voted, so this is 13,000 gamers probably in all those. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't totally agree with the list, but still, it's fun to see that actually these things get made. These lists. So you can see where your game is. I don't have the full list, but you can probably Google it and find it. So yeah, next news is Alan Wake on PC. I don't know, people who play console says that it's a really atmospheric and have a good story, and yeah, it's a if you don't know anything about it, just check Alan Wake. It's a book writer, which the things he write becomes true, and at night it's like you have to use your light to defeat the enemies in the dark. Okay, I'm horrible at explaining it. Just check it out. It's what I've seen. It looks really cool, but yeah, whatever. And now to one of the more little bit weird news is that Dwarf Fortress major update. Okay, so for you who doesn't know, Dwarf Fortress, it's a, oh god, I have tried to explain Dwarf Fortress before, but that's really hard. Dwarf Fortress is basically a god, hard. Okay, fine. I'm gonna leave you a okay, basically what it is that you build your own fortress. You build your own dwarf fortress. You have a lot of small dwarves. You set them on tasks. You dig down in the ground. You have to make food to survive. You have to watch out for enemies. You have to make in the military. You have to make weapons, better weapons. You have to dig. You can make your whole fortress like underground or above ground, whatever you want. It's a really open-ended, and you decide what you want to do. But the graphics aren't really that good. Because it's, I don't know what you call it, use ASCII graphics. I don't know if you know what that is. That's just computer icons. You can still you can update your graphics, of course, on it, but yeah. Well, so the looks of it is that the update from the producers of the difficult but highly rewarding Fantasy Dwarf Simulator will be releasing a huge update that has been 11 months in the making. New features include buffed up adventure mod and vampire and animated dead in fortress mode. For anyone not knowing that Dwarf Fortress is, well, here is for what Dwarf Fortress is. I have left a illustration from a man called Tim Denis, I think, which sums up how you can imagine things when you play a game without high graphics. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave the link in the description and on TWC. Sorry, it's cold in Norway, so I get to have a little bit of cold. My nose is a little bit running, so yeah. So that's news for this week that interested me. Dwarf Fortress, I have to download the major update because I'm not a really good Dwarf Fortress player, but it's a hugely rewarding game when you get things to work. You know, you get that your fortress to actually keep like running and you survive. And this is like one of the games where losing is fun because eventually you are going to lose, basically that, and that's just the way that they lose, which is fun. So yeah, check out his picture. He made a cartoon of his Dwarf Fortress. So just check that out. Yeah, so that's the news bucket. I don't know if I've been talking for quite some time, but yeah, I think that this is like a good. I think I'm gonna cut down on how many news I have, but still, I feel that it has a good potential. The segment. But you guys have to, like I said in the first episode, you guys have to be more active in the way that you talk to me. I've talked to a lot of people on Skype. I've seen the feedback you gave me on like the little thread on people who sent me messages, all that. There was a guy who wanted me, I can't remember his name, give me 2 seconds, wanted to do a little shout out, but I think he forgot to, oh there he is, there we go. His name is Nutsack, and he to give a shout out at least. He did not say what he wanted to give a shout out, so I guess that he wanted that shout out to himself. Apparently, I'm not sure, but sure. Nutsack wanted to shout out, give a shout out to maybe everyone at TWC or everyone on the internet. So yeah. That's completely wrong. So yeah, like I said, try to be I don't know what you want from it. The news bucket is some idea that I wanted to do because I feel that it's really easy for me to put up some content which can give me content which I can like expand into a real show, and I feel that the news bucket is a good way to talk about things, you know, which is relevant. So yeah, let's move on to Forum Frenzy. For you, like Forum Frenzy is something that I've done from the beginning. It's now it's actually a real Forum Frenzy like I did in the first, where it's just one topic, one thread. The thread is about Bayonets. Now the main thread, I'm gonna find it right here. It's about that there's no bayonet fighting in our Fall of the Samurai, which people feels that it's not appropriate in the time that we are in. There we are. Okay, so here's the thread title. I was going to get FOTS until this. CA, please reply. Okay, so what his grief what it was with it, the XXX Tacky, was that he was asking if the Western factions were going to use bayonets, but then later you have many pages of people saying that, oh, why don't newly westernized Japanese unit, why don't they use bayonets? Craig came out. I'm gonna check if I can find him. He posted a quick reply. No, I can't find him. Okay. He replied a little bit late, as he said himself, but at least he replied, saying that they didn't have time to add the animations, and they felt that they had to, focus on some of the things that really mattered more than the bayonets. And I totally agree. To be honest, it's a little bit stupid considering cavalry, how they're gonna fight against that, and and well, I don't hope the unit. I don't hope that the anime like the units have bayonets and then they use the swords, because that would just be silly. But still, I don't really care so much about that, because when I'm fighting the battles, I am not really. I sometimes when I know I'm winning, I scroll down to look at all the blood carnage, and all that. But when it's like really hectic, I don't really look at it. And to be honest, I don't think it's that important. I think that they should focus on things that really matter, which, for example, can be. Yeah, I don't know, getting the AI or polishing the game so you don't have so much bugs at release. We're gonna probably have bugs on release, and we're probably gonna have some patches coming our way right after release. But still, I don't want to postpone the release because there's no bayonets. That doesn't make any sense. You don't need it. But still, people feel that this is like the end of the straw. CA, you don't care about historically accuracy and all that. Well, they never actually did. Well, that much, in detail. They care about some, they have some historical accuracy, but fun comes first, which Jack Lasser talked about when he was on here on the Total Warcast. So yeah, that's my opinion about it. It's not really that much of a discussion. Mostly, it's like I feel that it's not a big deal. There's a lot of people who feel that it is a big deal, and people should really, the CA should really take the time to put in small things like this, like bayonets and stuff like that. But yeah. By the way, on the so yeah, well, that's it for what I want to say about that. It was just a small discussion thing that I wanted to talk about, because it shows that it really divides in two camps. For one thing, I just want the big things. I want the trains. I want the Gatling guns. New artillery to really get new strategy in there. Of course, bayonets. Of course, that's strategy. Have against cavalry. Stuff like that, but still, when it comes to new animations and all that, it's not really that important. They still have fire shooting, so yeah. That was done with that. So we have a lot of threads on the Shogun 2, which is for example, one of them is TW series and Paradise Lost and ... Why TV games don't move in me anymore. Well, it might this. I read some of this, and to 5th page or something. It seems that people grow up, in a sense. People that's the thing. I started playing Rome when I was smaller. I didn't understand so much. I wasn't good in any way. I really just liked seeing the clash and seeing my Roman throw their spears before they charged in. It was really epic. And for me, that was the game. Crushing Gaul and stuff like that. But later you grow up. You want to explore more things, and suddenly, the depth of Total War games ain't enough for you, and you have to step up the notch. And for example, what they recommend is play Europa Universalis. It has it has so much details. It's a little bit more hard, and you have to be dedicated to actually become good with it. For example, Victoria 2 or something like that. But still, I feel it's a little bit shame how people don't see that in a way. I've tried, try many different games. I played hundreds of games. I tried to find what I like, and of course, like I said, I'm a first-person shooter guy. I still love my strategy games. But you have real-time strategy, you have turn-based, or you have turn-based slash with or slash real-time, which Total War games give. But I never actually felt that way about TW games. Maybe it's because I've gotten into TW Center. like started to really like indulge myself inside the series more than I did before. But to be honest, it's like been one of my favorite strategy series for a huge time. I think it's still gonna be, even though they blundered on Empire. So what? You still bitch about it. Yeah, they made some mistakes on Shogun 2, but it was a polished good game. And now they listen to us. They're giving us a standalone expansion instead of all these small DLC. Yeah, they're still giving us the small DLCs, but still, it's better than just having a like small, bad quality DLCs. It's better to actually get a standalone expansion, which people have actually complained about. Sure, they can't drop the DLCs because that's not really. I don't think that they don't like Creative Assembly alone has so much say about it. I think Sega has a lot of influence on it. Of course they do. So no, it's a mindset you have to put yourself into, which I've had since I started this podcast. I started to read a lot, read other people's opinions and such, and on TW Center it's actually it's a little bit mixed. People hold grudges. They don't really. I don't know, hold grudges. I feel that that's wrong, but they really want their own kind of thing. People don't want Steam. People don't want DLCs. People want like standalone expansions. People want Bayonets. All that, instead of like enjoying what you already have and trying to like. Of course, a game can't be played if you don't enjoy it. But if you do enjoy it, you don't have. If you nitpick on things, for example, like I did with, for example, let's take Minecraft for example. If I nitpick, pigs, like they didn't have snouts at first, stuff like small things, or like you shoot way too fast with the bow. Horrible example, but still, it's like. If you nitpick on everything, of course you're not gonna like the game, and that's something you have to that's something that I've tried to put myself into. Is that as long as the game isn't broken, it's fun to play, and even though sure some things that will let you raise an eyebrow, you still have to you just still have to. If you still enjoy the game, keep playing it. If not, stop playing it. So yeah, I'm not gonna take another. I've talked about negativity on the forums, but I feel that it's going a little bit too far sometimes. And of course, constructive criticism is alright, but shamelessly bashing people and shamelessly pulling down on things that really shouldn't be a problem. I don't get that, but sure, we're nitpickers. We're human beings. We're never happy until we really. I think we're not really ever happy until we have it really bad, and then you have it good again. I think then, but eventually you forget about the bad, and then you want it even better. The human is a strange species, organism. So yeah, that's my rant over. I think I've been talking for 5 minutes now about that alone. So sorry, when I get bitten by the talking bug, I can't stop. So yeah, I'm still want people to play. Play on the Minecraft server. Get your ass in there. I've already said go into Minecraft, go into official Minecraft server and just sign up. I think you can do it on the wiki as well. We need more people there. We need more traffic. Right now, at the most, we have 30 people playing. That's a lot, yeah. But when you can have 200 people on there, it's not enough. So yeah, get in to the Minecraft server. That's an order from me daily. So yeah, I think that should be about it. I've been talking for almost 35 minutes. Don't worry, I've seen all the feedback and people want more Skype interviews and stuff like that. Don't worry, I will have Skype interviews. The problem is right now is that I've had a lot of stuff in the weekends where I actually can have people on it and actually have time for it. But I promise you, I will have guests. I will have Skype interviews. I will try to get people who have a lot to say. Like for example, with trying to get people who are admins and mods on the Minecraft server. Talk about mod developers again. Talk with them. But it's a little bit hard because we have a lot. Time zones. People aren't always awake at the same time of the day, or night, and yeah, it's hard to figure out, but I will try. I promise you, I have had them since I started the Warcast, so I promise you I will do it again. So yeah, so thanks for the feedback. I really want some on this one as well. Would you like another news bucket? Do you want me to cut down on it? I can, of course. I talked a little bit because I felt like, especially the modding tools for Skyrim, I felt that that's relevant for us on TWC because we're a modding site. But yeah, that was the Total Warcast episode 2. I hope everyone enjoyed the show, and please leave feedback. You can subscribe on YouTube if you want. I don't really care so much about that, but sure, everything helps, giving me the boost of confidence that everyone's talking so much about. So yeah, so I was Daily. I reported almost live from the snowy tops of Norway, and this was the Total Warcast. Goodbye.